Slithers, Rattles and Fangs by Colton. In a town full of summer homes, a family encounters a rattlesnake. Now they must try to escape this slithery beast, or become its next meal ticket. Naugatuck, Connecticut. Slytherin appears in a tank, then slithering around. The tank lid opens. A mouse appears squeaking, then gets dropped into the tank. The tank lid closes. A hand gets pressed against the glass tank. The mouse squeaking then looks around. Slytherin slithering towards the mouse. The mouse continues squeaking, runs towards the tank's glass, then stops. Slytherin hissing then slithers towards the mouse. Come on boy, get it. Get the mouse. Come on, do it for mama. Wilma Ramsey appears looking into the tank. The mouse continues squeaking, then turns around. Slytherin hisses, stares at the mouse, then lunges at it. The mouse squeaking. The rattlesnake eating mouse then slithers away. Good boy, said Wilma. The back door opens. Pam Farmer appears. Will you stop playing with your snake and come out here? Your show is about to come on, said Pam. Oh, see you later Slytherin, said Wilma, kissing the tank, then walks away. The rattlesnake hisses, then slithers around the tank. Both Pam and Wilma sitting onto a couch. Pam puts her arm around Wilma. So, how's Slytherin doing today? Asked Pam. Do you really care? Asked Wilma. Of course, I have to care. Because you care for him, said Pam. Wilma kisses Pam. That's why I love you. Slytherin is fine. Just ate his dinner, said Wilma. Yummy, mice, said Pam. Shush. It's coming on, said Wilma. Talking on the television. A rat appears, crawls alongside the table, climbs up the tank, then stops. Slytherin continues slithering, then looks up at the tank lid. Banging sound. Both Pam and Wilma look. What was that? Asked Pam. Something probably fell. Can you go check? I want to see what happens, said Wilma. No way, that's your snake. I'll record it for you, said Pam. Fine, you know other girls would like to touch a snake, said Wilma. Yeah, they're called straight women, said Pam. Wilma walking then gets to the back door. The back door appears. Open. Wilma walking. Wilma looks, then sees the tank opened. Slytherin. Slytherin, said Wilma. Kneeling then looks underneath the table. Pam appears in the doorway. What happened? Asked Pam. Slytherin got out. Hurry. Shut the door before he leaves the room, said Wilma. Pam shuts the back door. We need to find him quickly. I don't want to wake up and it being on my chest, said Pam. Don't worry, we'll find him. You go back to the living room. I'll look for him, said Wilma. Really? Oh, thank you, said Pam, walking out of back room. You're welcome, said Wilma, grabbing a snake stick. Pam walks towards the couch, then sits down. Slytherin appears underneath the couch, then shakes its tail. Rattling sound. Pam looks around, stands up, kneels, then looks underneath the couch. Slytherin is gone. I swear I heard something, said Pam, sitting down onto the couch. Slytherin slithering then goes upstairs. The back door opens then shuts. I found a window opened in the back room. I think Slytherin slithered through there. He might be outside, said Wilma. Well, can't we get him tomorrow? Asked Pam. Yeah, I guess. I don't think he'll get far. Plus anyway, I have an implant in him. So, I could just activate that tomorrow, said Wilma. All right, now come and watch with me, said Pam. Wilma sits down next to Pam. Pam puts her arm around Wilma again. The living room light turns off. All right, bedtime. Coming beautiful? Asked Wilma. Yeah, be right there, said Pam. Wilma walks upstairs. Pam pours water into a glass, then puts the pitcher of water back into the fridge. The kitchen light turns off. Pam walks upstairs, then into the bedroom. Wilma appears laying on the bed. Come to bed, my beauty, said Wilma. Pam, smiling, then places the glass of water onto a table. Blankets being moved. Both Pam and Wilma go underneath the blankets, then giggle. Slytherin appears underneath a chair, then slithers towards the bed. Both Pam and Wilma kissing. Wilma goes down Pam's body. Pam moaning. Slytherin slithers up the bed post, then onto bed. Pam continues moaning, then grabs the sheet. Slytherin sees Pam's infrared body, then slithers towards her. Pam continues moaning, gasps, then opens her eyes. Slytherin hisses. Pam screams. Slytherin bites Pam's neck. Blankets being moved. What's wrong? Wilma sees Slytherin biting Pam's neck. Pam continues screaming. Slytherin. No. Pam, stay calm. Don't move, said Wilma, running downstairs. Pam gasping. Slytherin lets go of Pam. Pam gasping, gets out of the bed, then falls to the floor. Slytherin slithers around the bed. Pam gasping, stands up, then runs towards the bedroom door. Slytherin bites Pam's ankle. Pam gasps, then falls into the hallway. Wilma running into the back room, then grabs a vial and a needle. Slytherin slithers towards Pam. Pam gasping, then sees Slytherin approaching her. Wilma, said Pam weakly. Slytherin bites Pam again. Footsteps approaching. Pam, I'm coming. Wilma sees Pam laying at the top of the staircase. Slytherin slithers over Pam's body, then hisses. Slytherin, bad boy. You're a bad boy. Look what you did. Slytherin shakes its tail. Rattling sound. Wilma stares at Slytherin. Don't you think about it, mister, said Wilma. Slytherin lunges at Wilma, then bites her. Wilma screams, falls down the staircase holding Slytherin, then gasps. Slytherin slithers around the table, then sees Wilma's infrared body. Wilma raises her hand. Slytherin hisses, then lunges at Wilma. Wilma goes limp. Slytherin slithers over Wilma's body, then towards the back room. A window appears opened in the back room. Slytherin slithers through opened window, then into the yard. An alarm goes off. Fernando Nash appears laying in his bed, then groans. The alarm gets turned off. Fernando looks up. Time to get up already, said Fernando, moving the blankets. The shower is running. Fernando washing his hair, then rinse the shampoo out. A figure appears in the background. Fernando washes his face, leans into the water, then looks. A fake snake appears. Fernando looks out the curtain. Christina Butler appears holding a fake snake, then laughs. Were you scared? Asked Christina. No, I wasn't scared. Now, could you leave the bathroom? I need to finish up, said Fernando. Sure you do, said Christina, rubbing the fake snake. Fuck you, bitch, said Fernando. Leticia Sims appears at the table, then picks up a fork. Footsteps approaching. Morning, Mrs. Sims, said Brendan Sims, appearing. Morning, how'd you sleep? Honey, asked Leticia. Fine, you? Asked Brendan. Same. So what's the plan this weekend? Asked Leticia. Well, I thought maybe we could take the family up to the summer home I have. It has a great view. The lake is just down the hill. And there's lots of beautiful animals, said Brendan. Sounds wonderful. How do we convince my son and your daughter? Asked Leticia. I'll think of a way, said Brendan. All right. I have an appointment today. See you later, baby, said Leticia, walking towards the front door. Brendan picks up a fork, then takes a bite of an egg. Yummy, said Brendan. Fernando puts on a shirt, then looks out the bedroom window. Woman number 1 appears. Why don't you go ask her out already? Asked Christina. Because, you know the rule. Everyone has their own league. And she's way out of mine, said Fernando. You're right about that, said Christina. What do you want, Christina? Asked Fernando. I wanted to see what you're doing today, asked Christiana. Nothing, like usual. I'm supposed to be in college on a football scholarship. But, with my bad knee, I get to find another important thing to do with my life, said Fernando. Sounds fun, said Christina. Oh, it is, said Fernando. Hey, what's with the bickering? Asked Brendan. Nothing. Just another fact of life, said Fernando. Fernando, there's more to life than just football. You're a talented and smart adult. You'll find something, said Brendan. Thanks, said Fernando. Hey Dad, could I borrow the car this weekend? I have a date with Arturo Allison, said Christina. Actually, I wanted to talk you about this weekend. We're all going up to my summer house. I want us all to go. For the first time as a family. And I don't want to hear any buts about it. It's final, said Brendan, walking away. But Daddy, Fernando, laughing. What's so funny? Asked Christina. I guess Daddy's little girl doesn't get everything she wants, said Fernando. Christina stomps out of Fernando's bedroom, suitcases being loaded into a car. The trunk of the car shuts. It's all loaded, said Brendan. Christina appears in the back seat of the car. Fernando approaches, then opens the back car door, then gets inside. The back car door shuts. Christina sighs. Oh, cheer up. There's always next weekend to get screwed, said Fernando. Christina hits Fernando's arm. All right. Everyone in. Good. Let's get going. Summer house, here we come, said Brendan. The car pulls out of the driveway, then down the street. The sun appears in the sky. Vehicles are driving past. Fernando looks at Christina. Christina smiles. All four looking around. The car slowly driving past. An ambulance appears in the driveway. Both Pam's and Wilma's bodies are being carried out of the house. Oh my, there must have been a murder, said Leticia. I wonder what happened, said Brendan. Officers look at the car. The car drives away. All four continue looking. I hope there's not a killer around here, said Leticia. No, there hasn't been a killing around here since the late 90s. We're safe, I'm tell you. It wasn't a killer, said Brendan. You don't know that, said Fernando. Fernando, help me out here, said Brendan. Right, said Fernando. The car continues driving, pulls into another driveway, then turns off. The doors open, then shut. Oh my, Brendan, it's beautiful. I didn't think it would look like this, said Leticia. What were you expecting? Something smaller? Asked Brendan. I didn't know what to expect. But not this exactly, said Leticia. All right, Christina, go open the door. Fernando, can you give me a hand with the suitcases? Asked Brendan. Sure, said Fernando. The trunk of the car opens. Both Brendan and Fernando grabbing the suitcases. The trunk of the car shuts again. Afternoon, Dr. Sims, said Tanya Parks, appearing across the street. Hi, Mrs. Parks, how's the family? Asked Brendan. They're great, said Tanya. That's great. This is my stepson, Fernando Nash, said Brendan. Nice to meet you, said Tanya. You too, said Fernando. Oh, did you see those police officers at that house? Asked Tanya. Yes. What happened? Asked Brendan. Well, apparently the couple's rattlesnake got loose and bit them, said Tanya. Are they all right? Asked Fernando. No, they died. Don't you know a rattlesnake has very poisonous venom? So, be careful, because they still haven't found it yet, said Tanya. Thanks, Mrs. Parks, we'll be on the lookout. Fernando, said Brendan. Nice to meet you again, Mom, said Fernando. You too, said Tanya, waving. Slytherin appears in the yard, then sees infrared of Tanya's body. Tanya walking into her house. Slytherin Slithers, then goes into the basement window. Christina sitting on a bench. Footsteps approaching. Hey Christina, want to throw some ball? Asked Fernando. No, said Christina. How about we take a walk? Asked Fernando. No, said Christina. How about we stare at the lake for hours and hours? Said Fernando. Christiana smiles. Well, there's a spot next to me, said Christina. Fernando sits onto the bench next to Christina. So, you and Arturo, huh? Asked Fernando. What, you don't like him or something? Asked Christiana. I like him. It's just, remember how you said that girl was out of my league? Well, said Fernando, being interrupted. He's out of my league. Oh, I knew it. I thought that's what it was, said Christina. Christina, please, trust me. Arturo isn't out of your league. You're out of his. I mean, look at you. You're a real catch, Christina, said Fernando. Christina smiles. Thanks, Fernando. Fernando smiles. Let's go for that walk, said Christina. Brendan looking out window then smiles. What you smiling at? Asked Leticia. Our children aren't fighting with one another, said Brendan. Praise the Lord, said Leticia. Brendan smiling. Tanya appears cleaning the dishes. Mom, where's the remote? Asked boy number 1. It should be on the couch, honey. The remote being grabbed. The basement door appears with a hole through it. Tanya walking then looks at the hole. What on earth did that? Asked Tanya kneeling next to the hole. Boy number 1 appears sitting onto the couch. Slytherin appears on the back of the couch then hisses. Boy number 1 turns around then looks at Slytherin. Slytherin lunges at boy number 1. Tanya continues looking at the hole. Boy number 1 screams. Tanya runs into the living room. Slytherin appears then lunges at Tanya. Tanya screams. Slytherin slithering then goes through the hole in the basement door. The front door opens. Honey, I'm home, said Mr. Parks. Both Christina and Fernando walking. Music playing in the distance. Both Christina and Fernando stop. People appear drinking and dancing. A party, said Fernando. Let's go, said Christina. I'm not one for parties, said Fernando. Arturo Allison appears on a porch, walks towards the banister then sees both Christina and Fernando. And quat, Christina, and quat, yelled Arturo. Arturo, said Christina smiling. Stay there, I'll be right down. Beautiful, said Arturo walking away from the banister. Great. Arturo's here, said Fernando. Arturo walking towards both Christina and Fernando. Christina hugs Arturo. Hey, what's up, Fernando? Asked Arturo. Nothing much, Arturo, said Fernando. What are you doing up here? Asked Christina. Well, after you told me about going to your summer house for the weekend, Russell told me he had his summer house for the weekend too, and decided to throw a party. What is the irony that both houses are up here? Said Arturo. None, said Fernando. Arturo looks at Fernando. So, want a drink? Asked Arturo. I'd love one, babe. Both Arturo and Christina walking towards the house. Come on, Fernando, said Christina. Fernando follows. Brendan standing next to the bedroom window. Leticia wraps her arms around Brendan's body. I want you right now, baby, said Leticia. Oh, right now. Well, thank God the kids are out of the house, said Brendan, kissing Leticia. Both Brendan and Leticia land onto the bed. Siren wails in the distance. Brendan stands up, then looks out the bedroom window. What's wrong? Asked Leticia. An ambulance appears in the driveway across the street. There's an ambulance next door, said Brendan, walking away. Leticia follows. The front door opens. Paramedics carrying out both boy number one's and Tanya's bodies. Oh, my baby boy, said Mr. Parks, appearing on the lawn crying. Hey, what's going on? Asked Brendan. My. Family was killed, someone said, and quote. They had bite marks on their bodies. And quote. Who would do such a thing to two innocent people? Asked Mr. Parks. I'm so sorry. If there's anything I could do, tell me, said Brendan. Thank you, Dr. Sims. I just want to go with them. Thank you again, Dr. Sims, said Mr. Parks, getting into the back of the ambulance. The ambulance drives away. Leticia appears next to Brendan. What happened? Asked Leticia. Tanya and her boy were found dead. They had bite marks on their bodies, said Brendan. Oh my, I hope he'll be all right, said Leticia. I hope so too. Come on, let's get back inside, said Brendan. Both Brendan and Leticia walking towards the house, then through the front door. The front door shuts, then locks. Slithering into the living room. Want to go finish what we started? Asked Leticia. Not right now, babe. I just want to relax, said Brendan, walking away. Leticia walks into the living room, then sits onto the couch. Slytherin appears underneath the couch. Music continues playing. People continue dancing. Both Arturo and Christina talking in the distance. Fernando looking around. Nadine Mackenzie appears next to Fernando. Hi, I'm Nadine, said Nadine. Fernando, said Fernando. Why you all alone over here? Asked Nadine. I just like the quiet, said Fernando. Yeah, I like quiet too. Because in the quiet, people do stuff with one another, said Nadine. Good to know, said Fernando, looking up at Christina. Nadine looks, you know, she's out of your league, right? Said Nadine. That's my sister. I'm just keeping an eye on her, said Fernando. Oh, so you're like the big brother? Asked Nadine. Yeah, something like that, said Fernando. Arturo looks, then sees both Fernando and Nadine talking. Well, looks like your brother's having a good time now, said Arturo. Christina looks, then sees both Fernando and Nadine kissing. Yeah, said Christina. Hey, come with me, beautiful, said Arturo. Both Arturo and Christina walking away. Fernando pushes Nadine off. Sorry, but I'm not attracted to you, said Fernando. Don't worry, I'm not attracted to you either, said Nadine smiling, then walks away. Fernando looks up, then doesn't see both Arturo and Cristina. Cristina, said Fernando. Russell Beck appears. He'll be busy for a while, said Russell. Long enough for Arturo to seal the deal, said Nadine, appearing next to Russell. Come on, beautiful. Me and you are gonna rock this house, said Russell. Both Nadine and Russell walk outside. Fernando continues looking around. Both Arturo and Cristina appear laying on a bed kissing. Arturo runs his hand over Cristina's body, then between her legs. Cristina moans, then pushes Arturo off her. Arturo, I'm not ready yet, said Cristina. Well, I'm ready now, baby, said Arturo, laying on top of Cristina. I'm serious, get off, said Cristina. Arturo slaps Cristina's face, then pins her arms. Now, you stay there and have the most enjoyable time of your life. Because who knows when the next guy will sleep with you, said Arturo, kissing Cristina's neck. Cristina screams. Fernando looks up at ceiling. And quat. Cristina. And quat. Fernando runs upstairs, then gets to the bedroom door. The bedroom door is locked. Banging on the bedroom door. Hey, this room's occupied. Use another room. Banging continues. Hey, I said Arturo, being interrupted. The bedroom door breaks down. Fernando, said Cristina. Fernando looks at Arturo. Hey, didn't you hear me, big brother? This room is OCCU, said Arturo, being punched, then falls off of Cristina. If you ever touch my sister again, I'll break more than your precious little nose. Come on, Cristina, said Fernando. Oh, by the way, I couldn't even feel your tiny little prick, said Cristina. Bitch, said Arturo. Both Nadine and Russell, standing against a tree kissing. Oh, Russell, you really make me feel like a woman, said Nadine. Oh, wait, you'll make me feel like a man soon enough, said Russell, unbuttoning his pants. Nadine smiles, then kneels. Slytherin appears, slithering towards the tree. Russell leans against the tree, then moans. How do you like that, baby? Asked Nadine. Oh, you have a wonderful mouth. My God, never had a blowjob like this in a long time, said Russell. Well, I'm just getting started, said Nadine, moving faster. Russell moaning, then gasping. Oh yeah, that's it. I like that, said Russell, moaning, then leans his head back onto a tree branch. Snapping sound inside the tree. Russell opens his eyes, then sees Slytherin. Slytherin hisses, then lunges at Russell. Russell's body shaking. Oh honey, are you already finished? I was hoping for you to last longer. Nadine looks up at Russell. Russell. Nadine stands up, then sees bite marks on Russell's neck. Oh my God, Russell, said Nadine, pulling down her shirt. Rattling sound behind Nadine. Nadine stops, then turns around. Slytherin stares at infrared body of Nadine. Nadine starts running, then trips. Slytherin approaches. Nadine looks, then screams. Slytherin lunges at Nadine. Footsteps approaching. Yo, Russell. I hope I'm not interrupting. But that bitch Cristina, she is such a prude. Man, I don't know why I wasted my time with her. Hey, are you and Nadine still screwing? Arturo sees Russell leaning against the tree. Yo man, answer me. Arturo taps Russell. Russell falls onto the ground. Arturo gasps. Russell. Arturo walking backwards then trips over Nadine's body. Nadine. Oh my god. What the hell happened? Slytherin appears behind Arturo then sees his infrared body hissing behind Arturo. Arturo turns around then comes face to face with Slytherin. Slytherin opens its mouth then shows its fangs. Mommy, said Arturo. Slytherin lunges at Arturo. Arturo screams. Both Christina and Fernando walking. You know, that was great how you knocked him on his ass, said Christina. Yeah, it really was, said Fernando. You know, you didn't have to do that, said Christina. I know, but you sounded like you were in trouble. You know I'm there for you, anytime, said Fernando. Christina smiles then leans towards Fernando, screaming in the distance. Fernando smiles. Always trying to ruin the moment, said Fernando. Screaming. Continues. You know, he really does sound like he's in trouble, said Christina. Let's go, said Fernando. Both Christina and Fernando running. Slytherin slithers away from Arturo's body. Both Christina and Fernando approaching then see Arturo laying on the ground. Arturo. Arturo, you all right? Asked Christina. Arturo, you all right? If this is some sick joke, you better stop playing, said Fernando. Fernando, I think he's dead, said Christina. No, he can't be dead. He was just screaming a second ago. Fernando kneels next to Arturo's body. Arturo. Arturo, said Fernando. Christina looking then sees Nadine's body laying on the ground. Fernando, there's a woman's body is laying on the ground over there, said Christina. Fernando feels for Arturo's pulse. I can't feel a pulse. Fernando stands then approaches Nadine's body. Nope, she's dead too. Fernando sees Russell's body then approaches it. Hey, you all right, pal? Hey, said Fernando. Slytherin slithers onto Russell's body then hisses. Oh my god. Fernando, look out, said Christina. Slytherin hisses again. Christina, run, said Fernando. Both Christina and Fernando running. Slytherin sees infrared bodies of both Christina and Fernando running then follows. Both Christina and Fernando continue running. Then stop. Oh my god, what was that? Asked Christiana. That must be the snake that got out. Mrs. Parks told us that a snake attacked its owners before getting out. That must be the one, said Fernando. Let's get home. Maybe Mom and Dad will know what to do, said Christina. Good idea. Hissing. In the distance. Run. Now, said Fernando. Both Christina and Fernando running. The house appears. Both Christina and Fernando running towards the front of the house. The front door handle shaking. Open it, said Christina. It's locked. Mom and Dad must have locked it, said Fernando. What now? Asked Christiana. The back door. Come on, said Fernando. Both Christina and Fernando running around the house then get to the back door. The back porch door opens. A rocking chair creaks. A figure appears sitting in the rocking chair. Dad, is that you? Fernando turns light switch up. The back porch light turns on. Brendan appears sitting in the rocking chair with bite marks on his neck. Christina gasps. Oh my god, Dad, said Christina. Hissing in the distance. Fernando looks then sees Slytherin slithering through the backyard. Get inside, Christina, hurry, said Fernando. The back door opens the shuts. Fernando locks the back door. Christina crying. What are we gonna do? Asked Christina with a cracked voice. Don't worry, we'll do something. Don't worry, I won't let that thing get you. Now, we need to find Mom. Come on, said Fernando. Both Christina and Fernando slowly walking. Fernando looks upstairs. Thumping sound from inside the living room. Both Christina and Fernando walking then stop at the living room doorway. Mom? Asked Christina. Leticia appears. Walks into the light, gasps then falls onto the floor. Mom? Mom, no. Please no, said Fernando. Leticia, gasping then raises her hand to Fernando's face. I love you, said Leticia weakly. I love you, too Mom, said Fernando crying. Leticia looks at Christina. Christina holds Leticia's hand. I love you, Mom, said Christina. I love you, too, said Leticia gasping then exhales last breath. Mom. Mom, no. Please Mom, come back. Mom, said Fernando leaning towards Leticia's body. Then starts crying. Christina holds Fernando. Hissing in the distance. Both Christina and Fernando. Gasps. Slytherin appears in the hallway then slithers down it. Let's go, Fernando, said Christina. Both Christina and Fernando run upstairs. Slytherin appears at the bottom of the staircase then slithers up it. Christina, I want you to hide, said Fernando. What about you? Asked Christina. I'm gonna find a weapon to kill this thing, said Fernando. Christina runs into her bedroom, shuts then locks her bedroom door. Fernando walks into his bedroom then sees sports equipment. Slytherin, slithering down the upstairs hallway then gets to Fernando's bedroom. Infrared looking around then doesn't see anything. A golf club hits Slytherin. Slytherin goes into the bedroom door. Christina gasps. Fernando steps into the hallway then swings the golf club again. The golf club hits Slytherin again. Slytherin lands into the wall then hisses. Fernando, are you alright? Asked Christina. I'm fine, come on you bastard. Come and get me, said Fernando swinging the golf club. Slytherin bites the golf club. Fernando struggling then lets go of the golf club. Slytherin throws the golf club, turns towards Fernando then hisses. Infrared of Fernando walking backwards and gasping. Slytherin slithers towards Fernando. Fernando trips then groans. Slytherin hisses. Christina's bedroom door opens. Christina walks into the hallway. Hey, you slithering bastard. Taste fire, said Christina lighting a lighter. Slytherin hisses. Hairspray sprays fire. The fire hits Slytherin. Slytherin shrieking. Fernando stands up. Christina, the golf club, said Fernando. Christina grabs the golf club then throws it to Fernando. Fernando catches the golf club. And quat. For. And quat, yelled Fernando swinging the golf club. The golf club hits Slytherin. Slytherin goes through the upstairs hallway window then lands onto the ground. Both Christina and Fernando look out the window. Slytherin's body appears laying in the backyard. The sun rises. Officers appear walking around. Bodies are being loaded into ambulances. Sorry about your parents, kids. I still just can't believe a rattlesnake did all of this carnage, said officer number 1. Snakes do that, officer, said Fernando. Footsteps approaching. Hi, I'm the herpetologist, said man number 2. Oh, the snake expert, said officer number 1. Yeah, where's the snake? I'd like to take him. If you don't mind, said man number 2. Sure. Go right ahead. You're the snake expert, said officer number 1. Herpetologist, thank you. And I'm sorry about your parents too, kids, said man number 2, walking around the house, then looks around the backyard. Burnt patches appear in the backyard, then lead towards the bushes. Man number 2 approaches the bushes. Infrared body of man number 2 appears. Man number 2 approaches the bushes, then moves them around. Slytherin appears all burnt, then hisses. Man number 2 screams. Scream echoes. People running around the house. Burnt Slytherin appears, then hisses again. Oh no, said Fernando. Burnt Slytherin slithers towards all of them, then lunges. People screaming. The end.